And you just heard Hazy Jane 2 by Nick Drake off his 1970 album Brighter Lighter. And then the first track you heard was White Heat by the Velvet Underground. I've been liking that more. It's not really experimental rock in today's standards. I mean, if you want to do like real experimental rock, you gotta go on like the deep end of Bandcamp because like nothing's really experimental now in mainstream. But definitely in that time, it was very like out there. Um, I've been listening to that a lot lately, and then I just been liking Nick Drake's music. He's the only good Drake that I like. I don't really like uh, Drake the rapper. I never really liked his music. Never really cared much for it. Um, but yeah, where was I going with this? I think I was just liking those two tracks off the top of my head for today. So I was like, you know what? I might just play them for today. A little something simple. Good afternoon, listeners. Coffee Noise. I'm your host, DJ Marlin. If you can't believe it, it is Wednesday once again. How are we doing out there, listeners? Today is the 22nd of October, 2025. I don't know what week we're. I think we're like week 7 or 8. I honestly don't know. I know for a lot of undergrad students, they're doing midterms already. I think. I don't know. I don't really have that. But I have like 3 final papers I gotta do for my grad classes. So like, that's kind of fun. Not really. Not liking it. But whatever. I suffered doing my classes, and I still want to look into going for a doctoral degree in the future. I was looking at doctoral degrees, and I kind of do like the program at Texas A&M for their philosophy department, but it's like I don't think I would really fit in since it's a very strong like student lifestyle, and I'm not that kind of person. I'm very reserved in some sense, but I might look into that. But then there's also Austin, and then maybe also University of Houston. I heard I have a good program, not in philosophy, but in political science, which is what I'm studying right now for my master's. So I'm looking forward to maybe deciding next year if I want to go for grad school. I mean, I kind of do want to go for it, but it's kind of like, is it in the cards for me? I got to think long term and whatnot like that, which is never really my strongest thing. But you know what? I think I'm doing better at it. I'm pretty sure I am. Anyways, top of things on my mind before we get back to the music. Sunday was a very disappointing game. The Giants lost to the Broncos. We were 26 to 8 in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then we just got smoked. I lost $200 because I betted it. That's never fun, listeners. You know what? Call me degenerate, but I thought we had a chance. Speaking of betting, we all know there's some person out there who's betting all their money that the Jets will win their next game. The Jets just need to fire their head coach. This is not even funny at this point. They're like, what, 07, 08 now? Just let them win one game. Just to have some sense of morality. Being a Jets fan must be like, being a Jets fan must be worse than someone going through a divorce because how are you losing that badly? They're just losing so bad. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, it's also kind of entertaining to watch. I mean, it's not like my team's any good. I mean, we're only like what 2-5 now. We've only won against the Chargers and the Eagles, but we lost the Broncos and we lost to the Saints. I was kind of pissed off on that game. We lost to the Commanders, for crying out loud. The daily tribulations of being a New York Giants fan, to which I have a T-shirt in my car right now. It's in my passenger seat of the New York Giants. It's like a '90s starters tee. I really like collecting a bunch of New York Giants clothing. That's kind of my main thing right now. So yeah, every time I wear it, I feel ashamed. That's a lie. I actually do have good faith in my team. Anyways, listeners, let's get to the next track right now. We're going to be listening to Worms by Pile. Then we're going to listen to Without Stopping by Bowery Electric. We're going to start with a bit more like an indie rock sound. We're going to go into like a 90s ambient music style type. I think it's pretty good. So let's get back to the music right now. So, yeah. And that was Without Stopping by Bowery Electric. I believe that was released in '96 off the Cranky record label. One of my favorite record labels in general for like ambient music. I know they released the first albums of Stars of the Lid, as well as the side project of Adam Wilt's The Dead Texan, which I have on vinyl, which is one of my very few 5 out of 5 records that I have given a rating to on Rate Your Music. I think out of like close to 2,000, I've only done maybe like 20, maybe 30 albums at max. A perfect 5 out of 5 score, and the Dead Texan's one of those favorite ones. I think just off the top of my head, I think I would like to get that tattooed like on my arm. My girlfriend probably thinks it's a bad idea, but it's like, well, it looks cool, so I might do it just because it looks cool. Actually, she probably hate me for that, which is valid, but whatever. Anyways, let's look at what's on radio music for the top album so far of this year. What's the 10th month of the year already? So I think pretty sure people are already making like their final year albums. I know I'm already working on mine. Currently, right now, on radio music, the top album is the new Geese record, "Getting Killed," which if you ever haven't listened to it, definitely check it out. It's very out there. It's very interesting. If you're into like the whole art rock, prog rock, I guess you would even say krautrock if you're into like Can or something like that, definitely check that out. The second album of the year, apparently I'm very surprised. The Deaf Heaven album, "A Lovely People with Power." I think it's a good album, but like I was not expecting it to meet number 2 on the charts right now. But maybe people are interested in the different sound, or maybe they kind of hallmarks of the original like Deaf Heaven sound. I'm not against it. Third album makes sense why it's the Clips album, "Let God Sort 'Em Out." I think it's a great rap album. Probably one of the best rap albums this year so far, definitely. Let's see. You also have the new Gollywog, the new Billy Woods album, Gollywog. That's also a really good album. If you're more into like that conscious experimental hip hop music, definitely check that out. And then I'm gonna be biased. I think "Birthing" by Swans. It's still one of the best albums this year. I'm a big Swans fan. I more particularly like their whole post rock sound in the in like 2010s, especially the album, what's it called, "The Burning Man." And obviously you have "To Be Kind," but like, I'm not saying "To Be Kind" is overrated. It's not, but I think "The Burning Man" is still objectively the better album out of the trilogy. And then obviously you had "Leaving Meaning," which was like their kind of revival sound, more of like an apocalyptic sounding wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna be biased. I think that's still gonna be my favorite album of the year. But I also do like that new Jane Remover album, especially the whole Freddie Gibbs album. And what's another album off the top of my head? The new Deftones album. I didn't really listen to it. Doesn't really catch my attention that much, but I know a lot of people like it. So maybe I'll give it a little nerd sound. See if I change my mind on it. But right now, it's good. It's just not really something I would listen to. I'm not really a huge Deftones fan, but to each your own. And with listeners, getting to the next track right now, we'll be listening to another track from 1996. This is from the band Rex from their album "C." It's a slowcore track. This is "Morning." It's not morning. It is 12:23 in the afternoon. How are we doing out there, listeners? Hopefully you're eating lunch. I'm about to have my protein bar. So, all right, listeners, and we are back. It is 12:31 in the afternoon. How are we doing, listeners? Let's see where other good albums I've been listening to recently off the top of my head. I might just look into what my last FM's been looking up at. I have a go run through my last FM right now. So let's see what spits out. I know I've been listening to a lot of what's it called? Madame Butterfly, that opera song. And also I do like Leonard Bernstein music. Let's see, top albums I've been listening to or New York tracks. John Miles, I've been listening to a lot of him lately, especially that new album he came out. Oh my god, so beautiful. If you haven't gotten around to checking it out, definitely check it out. Also, tried reading his whole thesis that he got for his doctoral degree. It's confusing, um, but I sadly understand a good portion of it, which might show them kind of leaning into the far end of very complex philosophical ideas, which is what I want to go to college for, but it is not easy. Let's see what's an album I've been listening to a lot. Heavy Metal by Cameron Winter. I love Geese. I like his solo projects. I mean, it's very good music for just like relaxing or not doing anything that much about. Let's see. Ogbert the Nerd with What You Want. I like Midwestern emo. So there's something really surprising about that. Let's see. Home is Where. I really like the new album Hunting Season, but I've been listening to a lot of The Wailer. If you're into like Midwestern emo, that kind of style of music, or just maybe outlaw country, I guess you would say. I appreciate it like that. Let's see here. Title Fight. Obviously, I'm sad because never got back together. But yeah, and then the album I'm going to be playing a track off of because I have it in my personal collection. Highway 61 Revisited by Bob Dylan. We're going to be listening to the track Like a Rolling Stone. I don't like, okay. In my opinion, I did like the Timothy Chalamet movie, but like it's still not the best Bob Dylan themed movie. I'm still gonna have to go with I'm Not Really There. The one's like what's his name? Tom Haynes? I think he directed the movie. It's like it's not Bob Dylan, but it's his personalities. I like that film. It's very weird, very trippy. It slightly reminds me of that movie on Netflix. If you ever get around a chance to watching it, I'm thinking about ending things. It kind of reminds me of that. So, yeah, I still think that's the best Bob Dylan themed movie. Also, what's her name's performance? Kate Blanchett's, I think, is her name. I really like that performance. I remember saying that in the Criterion Collection. Speaking of the Criterion Collection, I am now a male manipulator because I'm wearing a Criterion Collection hat. So, yeah, I have to wear. So I wear that. Been a long-term subscriber for about 3 years already. Wait, since I was 19. Yeah, 3 years. I'm 22 now, so yeah, about 3 years. But speaking of movies, I am definitely wanting to check out that one about Bruce Springsteen. I think Jeremy Allen White. If you haven't gotten around to it, definitely check out Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen's one of the very lo-fi, raw sounding albums. It's really difficult to get. It was really difficult to master it onto vinyl, but I think it's done a really good job. I want to get a copy of it for my collection. I think I have one Bruce Springsteen album. Definitely The River. I have The River, but there's one more. Something from his early career. I can't remember off the top of my head. What was the album? I actually don't remember it. That's not good. Anyways, let's get to the next track right now. It's the track Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan. And then we're going to listen to Night Lights by Gary Mulligan. You know, a little calm jazz, a little evening jazz you would. I like jazz music, get over it. Anyway, let's get into the track right now. And that was Night Lights by Gary Mulligan. I think it's very comfy jazz music. I kind of do want to get it on vinyl, but then, I don't know. I think for, jazz music, I prefer it on CD. So I can hook it up to my setup. I do like the sound of vinyl, don't get me wrong. It's a very nice, warm sound, but I think for jazz, I prefer the lossless quality on CD. I don't know. I think the one good thing I do see with a bunch of more people getting into music, especially younger people, there's the want to purchase physical music, which I think is a good thing. But it's very overhyped, and I don't know if it's gonna be a really good, bad crash and burn type of mentality or type of setting. So hopefully it stays. But I think a bunch of record plants are just pressing a bunch of not bad music, but just stuff that it's overpriced. I remember when Adele came out with her album, and you would go to Target, and it was always in the clearance section, And I think we're gonna see that again now with Taylor Swift's new album. Like, don't worry, I'm not against Taylor Swift. There's nothing against her, but like, it's just too much pressing. Like, do you really need 20 different pressings of the same vinyl, the same album? No, you don't. If you're gonna do that, make it very limited. Make it like, okay, maybe like 500 or something. Like, small record labels do that. I mean, I have the Vaporwave album News at 11, and it has a beautiful red, white, and blue splatter vinyl. But it was a limited release. It was like 200 in the world. That makes sense. But when you do like this much, it just kills the entire record plant system as a whole. So yeah. Anyway, listeners, let's get to the last track right now. We're listening to Snow Globes by Black Country New Road. It's a 9-minute long track, very loud, especially the drumming. I think I like Charlie Wayne's drumming. So yeah, let's get right into the music right now. All right, listeners, and you listen to Snow Globes by Black Country New Road. That's going to be a finish up for today's show. As always, this week's playlist will be available on Instagram. You can follow me there. Following Watford.jpg. Play a total of 8 tracks for today. And last thoughts before I go. Avocado toast is kind of overrated, but still pretty good. Just don't buy it made. Just buy the ingredients, make it at home yourself. It's far cheaper in the long run, and it tastes better, personally. Also, add a slice of pepper jack cheese. Game changer. All I'm saying. You gotta try it out. Anyways, I will be around. I will see you all next week. And remember, you're listening to Vaquero Radio, the Valley's only student station. Bye bye.